Hello everyone, welcome back. Fatwood. We all love the Fatwood. So today I wanted to show you resins literally pouring out of Fatwood. Now resins are not the same as sap. Sap is very liquidy, it's not very sticky, sort of like when you tap a maple tree and you get all that sap coming out of the tree. It's mostly water, and it has to be processed further, boiled down, and turned into syrup. Where pitch or resin, those two are kind of used interchangeably. Is exuded from the tree to protect itself from wounds or insect infestation, and this is it. This is pure resin. Now, if you take this resin and you process it down, or those nodules that you get off of the tree, sometimes they're brown and white because this does get hard after it's there for a while, and you process it down by heating it up, you end up with this, which I call just a purified resin. Now, this is very, very brittle. But it's pure. There's nothing in it, no contaminants. Okay, and this, if you shatter this, it'll just, and if you notice, it's got the color of the Fatwood. Okay, so I figured out a way to show you this coming out of the Fatwood, and I'm going to get the camera reset up, and we'll take a look. All right, well, it's pouring raining. I am under my overhang here filming because I like to film outside. Hopefully it's not disturbing the video too much, but we shall see. So, what I have here is a heat gun. Now I'm going to take my heat gun, let me get this stuff out of the way, and I got a piece of Fatwood. Let me get my heat gun on. See that? See that starting to bubble out of there? That's this. All right, let's go more. All right, now it's hot, very, very hot. Okay, so I'm going to give it a second or two, and I don't recommend you do this, but I have some Teflon fingers. Well, you ready? Look at that. See that on my finger? And that's the Golden Delicious. It's already getting dry and tacky. See that? Sort of like when you're making caramel or candy. See that? I don't know, I just find that so awesome. Now, if I wait a little bit, this on the end of my finger will actually turn into this. That very brittle. See that? You can almost scrape it off when it's still Look at that. And then the more it dries, then it will become like this. So I thought that was a great way to show when we all say, look at all the resin coming out of there. That's what that is. And if you could see now how very shiny that is compared to this side where you don't see it, and this side where it's very, very shiny. So now we're going to do another experiment, okay? We're going to see if we could get some of this that I turned into this, and I actually overcooked. So for the purposes of making like a pitch glue or something, it really doesn't matter. But I'm going to boil this regular piece of pine, which comes from the same tree as this, except it's not impregnated. And we're going to see if we can make a pseudo fatwood. Okay? So let me get reset up and I'll bring you back. Alright, I decided to use some of my good stuff. Here's the overburnt stuff. Basically, it looks like this. Very, very black. It'll work, but try to make it look as close to fatwood as we can. The pseudo fatwood. So, I'm going to use this. I normally do this on coals or on a small propane stove, but today I have a propane torch. If I can get it lit with this breeze. So I want to control it. Don't want it to get too hot. When it gets too hot and bursts into flames, you're going to get that black. Okay, so now I just have a regular piece of pine. Drop it in there. Yeah, it will go up. Let me shut this off for a minute. Let me hold this so it doesn't tip over. Let that soak in there a couple seconds. I'm going to light it up again. Okay, that's good. I will take this out. Don't forget it's hot. We'll just set it aside to dry. Doesn't take long. 10 minutes, okay? I'll bring you back when it's totally dry. And don't throw this out because this is awesome stuff. And I'll show you when this is dry how you could basically break it back up and put it back in a jar. Alright, so here it is. Now this is not going to replace your fatwood, but if you don't have access to fatwood, and you know, it's great for all of us that have access to it, but sometimes people can't find it, you know, depending on where they live. But the actual pitch is kind of readily available. If you're walking past a pine tree and you see some gobbles coming out, you can grab them. Now, does it look like Fatwood? No. Does it look like regular pine? No. It's somewhere in between, right? Now, let me show you this. Let me split that. Notice all the little pieces that came off. So if you look on the inside, look where I had that pitch before. I remember I would always take, if I had some of this pitch on me, if I touched something in the woods and I didn't have like an alcohol pad or something to get it off, which alcohol, by the way, is the best way to get it off. I would take my hand and I would rub it in the dust, and the dust would cover it and it wouldn't be sticky anymore. And then when I got home, I'd clean it off. So now the inside of it looks exactly like it did when we started, but the outside has that on it. Now, let me show you how this burns up. Now notice the soot coming off of there, or the black smoke that we, look at that, huh? Woo! Man, does that take off. I mean, look at that. I mean, if you didn't know better, you would think that that was Fatwood. Compared to regular pine, without that pitch impregnated in it. First of all, it's going to take longer to light. See? I take the match away, it's still not lit. Now once it gets going, it burns good. But notice, no smoke, and that, look at that little tiny piece is still burning. So if you want to make yourself some pseudo Fatwood, that's how you do it. Now you remember I was saying I could show you how you get this back into the jar. So it's pretty cooled off. I probably should let it go a little bit more, but I want to show you. Watch in there. You see that and hear that? See it cracking? And it's right back where we started. You can take all these little pieces out. Get like a little screwdriver or something, pry them up. And put them right back into your jar. So there you go. Little scientific experiments, and I tell you, I'm fascinated with Fatwood. I know a lot of you all are too, and science is just a absolutely cool thing. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope maybe you got something out of it. I hope you'll try it. I hope you're staying safe, and I appreciate you all. I appreciate all your comments, your likes. I just appreciate you all being there. And I want to thank you for coming along with this one. And we'll see you on the next one.